This fan theory about Se7en changes the way you see Brad Pitt's character. Maybe John Doe knew more about David Mills than we realize in Se7en. 30 years later, David Fincher's Se7en, still crawls under our skin. The story follows two detectives, William Somerset, Morgan Freeman, and David Mills, Brad Pitt, as they chase after serial killer known only as John Doe, Kevin Spacey, who's obsessed with the 7 deadly sins: pride, greed, sloth, lust, gluttony, envy, and wrath. They catch Doe before he finds a victim to the final 2 sins, envy and wrath. However, Doe shows is one step ahead of everyone and has a sinister plan in motion. In the end, Doe reveals himself to be the embodiment of envy and encourages Mills to become wrath after he presents him a box with his wife's severed head inside. A distraught Mills shoots Doe in the head, completing Doe's plan. It's a dramatic conclusion to a pulsating and nerve-wracking story that leaves you begging for a 3-hour bath to scrub all the filth off you, but also to ponder everything you have watched. Se7en is one of those films that's resulted in hundreds, if not thousands, of think pieces about its themes, characters, and setting. Adding to this ever-growing list, a Redditor posted a highly convincing theory that suggests Doe could have specifically targeted Mills because he displayed all 7 deadly sins. Did David Mills commit all 7 deadly sins in Se7en? This Reddit theory lays out a few key moments from Se7en demonstrating where Mills might have committed the 7 deadly sins, albeit unintentionally. As the Redditor explained, Mills' eyes wander to a woman when he meets Somerset for the first time, symbolizing lust. He also drinks a substantial amount of alcohol but isn't considered an alcoholic, which could stand for gluttony. Mills doesn't want to read the books that Somerset provides him, signifying sloth. In addition to this, Mills is condescending and possesses a desire to make a name for himself with the John Doe case, which could hit the double whammy for both greed and pride. Okay, so what about envy then? Well, there's a lot of debate in the comments about that, but it's clear that Mills envies Somerset, who is close to retirement and has earned the respect from others. So, let's go with that option as the example for envy. All that's left now is wrath, which Mills succumbs to when he kills Doe and completes all 7 deadly sins. John Doe exposed Mills' flaws. The Reddit theory is plausible when you think about it. There's clear evidence in Se7en that John Doe paid close attention to the people of his city, including Mills. He knew too much about the detective's life for events to be merely coincidental. He found a flawed man and exploited him because he saw his weak points. In addition to this, everyone knows how much David Fincher loves to add layers upon layers to his movies. Just look at Fight Club as a prime example. So it isn't outside the realm of possibility that all these hints and moments symbolize something far bigger in the story. It was David's unintentional sins of greed, lust, pride, sloth, and gluttony that led to his downfall in killing Doe. And it was in David that Doe noticed how oblivious David was to his intentions and his modus operandi. The Redditor wrote, had David turned inward and fought his impulses and not killed Doe, he would have triumphed and it would have been a very powerful moment. Ultimately, Mills' unawareness of how he represented all 7 deadly sins made him a prime target for Doe. Alternatively, Mills is just a fallible human. Mills' behavior, though, isn't outrageously controversial. After all, how many people demonstrate similar qualities on a daily basis? Much like other human beings, Mills searches for and wants more out of his life. Sure, in the end, when he loses it all, he realizes what he had was enough. But this is often a realization that people can only come to in the aftermath of tragedy. Is he committing all 7 deadly sins or just a human? Also, let's spare a thought for the poor man in terms of wrath. He received his wife's head in a box. How is he supposed to react to something shocking like that? How many of us would do the same as him if we were in his shoes? Regardless, it's incredible that after 3 decades, we can still sit here and debate points about Se7en like it was released yesterday. There's simply no question about it. It's a cinematic masterpiece that deserves its place in the pantheon of greats.